Hi, my name is Rainer. This is Rainierbooks on BookTube, and I'm going to do the K2R tag today. The original was done by Jim on his channel, Jim Reading Books and Stuff. And here are the answers to the K2R tag. Let's get started. Actually, this hoodie I'm wearing, have I already marketed this hoodie? It's from Liverpool FC. I bought it in Liverpool some years ago. I'm so proud of it. Well, forget it. K is for king. Okay, I forget it. K is for king. What is your favorite book about royalty, fictional or real? I am a Republican. A Republican? No. I'm a Republican in the sense of the meaning that I am supporting a republic with a president or with a prime minister or with a government, and not a monarchy where the sort of the lead of the state is going from generation to generation. I'm against monarchies. I'm against the UK monarchy. I'm against the Norwegian, the Swedish, the Finnish. Good. Finland never had a king, actually. They had a king of Sweden, which was then also reigning over Finland. They had the Tsar in Russia, which was also running Finland when Finland belonged to Russia. But Finland was founded in 1917, and they always were a republic. And here we are with the title, with my favorite book about, or my favorite story about royalty, which is not about royalty. This is nämligen, was I about to say. Nämligen is a Swedish word. Sometimes this happens that you mix up the languages. Well, anyway. My favorite story about royalty is by Carson McCullers, Madame Zelansky and the King of Finland, which is a beautiful short story about, I think, a person reminiscing her teacher at college, a very interesting person called Madame Zelansky. And Madame Zelansky used to make up stories and fantasies from everywhere, and the students really didn't believe her, but they never could sort of find proof that she was wrong, that she was making this all up, until she mentioned a story until she told a story where she had met the King of Finland. That is a spoiler for you who might read the story, but Madame Zelansky and the King of Finland is my favorite story or book about royalty by Carson McCullers. L is for librarian. Who is your favorite librarian? Oh yeah. Can I choose a fictional character? Then, of course, my favorite librarian is Rupert Giles, played by the English actor Anthony Head in the unforgettable and beautiful TV series Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Anthony Head playing Rupert Giles. Giles is the librarian in the school where Buffy and all the other kids go, and he's sort of the leader, the one who with the academic background from the library always can find everything about monsters and demons. That is my definitely favorite librarian. M is for magazine. Do you have any magazine subscriptions or a favorite magazine? Yes, I have magazine subscriptions, digitals as such. I have a magazine subscription for The New Yorker, and I have a magazine subscription for The Atlantic. Let me get back to The New Yorker. The New Yorker sent me this tote bag, beautiful, as a thank you for subscribing to The New Yorker. And where did it end up? Of course, in the beautiful Swedish Customs. Hello, Swedish Customs, my friends. And they asked me to send them a little bit of money because they wanted tax and they wanted their administration fee. Although the New Yorker did send me this as a gift. But when I called the Swedish Customs, they said, no, that doesn't count because it comes from a company. If this would come from a private person, okay, but it comes from a company, so we don't care. You have to pay. But I paid gladly, and I think this is a beautiful totem bag, isn't it? The New Yorker sent me this, and this is one of the magazines that I subscribe to. I also have subscribed, as I said, to Q. Q is a British, very beautiful British magazine about pop music, and these are the subscriptions that I had. M as in magazines. N as in news. Where do you usually find your news? That's a good question. I'm a news junkie. as some of you might know or might guess. I am listening to the daily, which doesn't give me the news. Actually, I'm listening whenever I wake up. Hopefully, I wake up every day. Luckily, still. So when I wake up in the morning and jump out of bed, and before I go to the bathroom, I already put on Deutschlandfunk, dum dum dum, and I listen to the news from Deutschlandfunk, to their podcast, which they come every hour on Spotify. And that's Spotify. That's where I get my news. And then I listen to News Hour by the BBC almost once every day. I listen to a great podcast, which is not a news podcast, but deals with current affairs. The San Francisco Chronicle has a beautiful podcast called Fifth and Mission. That is also a podcast that I'm listening quite often to. I'm also listening to another podcast that is for all our Canadian friends. It's called Canada Land, which I would recommend to you. And there's another one from Canada called 10-3, Canada Covered, which I really like. Sometimes I listen to Democracy Now! As a podcast, only the audio version of it. I can listen sometimes to news and updates from the Oregonian or from Seattle, from the Seattle Times, which is also here as a podcast. So different things. And of course, their Politik podcast, Deutschlandfunk, another German podcast. So I'm listening pretty much to a lot of podcasts, but I sort of blend that with news that I see on the internet, news by the New York Times, the Washington Post, in the US by The Guardian in the United Kingdom, Der Spiegel in Germany, and sometimes also Süddeutsche Zeitung, Frankfurter Allgemeine in Germany. But problem is that most of these German papers are taking a fee. They have paywalls as much as Swedish papers. Not so much at Svenska Dagbladet or Dagens Nyheter, because they also have paywalls. So here's the news junkie. O is like a joker, like we had a joker in the first edition of Jim's alphabetical tagging here. O is a joker. So O is, what can I tell you about O? O like in original. No, O like in Osborne. O like in Once Upon a Time. Once Upon a Time, no. O like in Omsk. But what does this have to do with books? Yeah, I've been to Omsk in Siberia, and which is one of the cities of my life, I guess. And I would love to go there again. But is that something about books with Omsk? Yeah, if I find a book, I would love to read a book that is playing in Omsk or talking about Omsk. That's really something that I would like to read. Okay, doesn't qualify. Q as in queer. Who is your favorite LGBTQ author? I think I don't categorize my favorite authors in, well, this is my favorite black author, this is my favorite Asian author, this is my favorite white author, this is my favorite LGBTQ author, this is my favorite, I don't do that. And this is my favorite female author, my favorite trans author, my favorite male author. I don't do that. So, but I read books, of course, diverse books from black, from Asian people, from Native American people, from white people, from black people, from men, from women, from trans people. So I read everything that I find interesting. But if you want to have an answer to that question, who's your favorite queer author? I go back to a book that I have praised so many times on my beautiful channel here, and this is Bernardine Evaristo's Girl, Woman, Other. Bernardine is a queer author, and her book is amazing, and she might be, if you want an answer, she might be one of my favorite queer authors. And we have already arrived at R. My God, this was quick, but it was fun. And this time I didn't try to prepare, tried to be more original. R is for Russia. Do you have a favorite novel, poem, or writer from Russian literature? Oh my God, I haven't seen that before. I'm surprised. So, favorite novel, poem of writer from Russian literature. I loved to read The Master and Margarita by Mikhail Bulgakov. I loved to read The Children from Arbat by Georgy Arbatov. I love a lot of Russian music and a lot of Russian songwriters. And there are some Russian songwriters, they're called bards in Russia, who are really great lyricists. They are poets like Volodya Vysotsky, like Bulat Okudjava, but also like pediatrician from St. Petersburg, who was so popular when I lived in Russia. His name is Alexander Rosenbaum. And let me sing you in Russian. All my Russian friends, please forgive me, please bear with me, but I am in the mood now to sing you one of my favorite songs, and I will put a link up so that you can see the real good version of it, how it's really done. But this is one of my favorite Russian poems. Na ковре и желтые листы, и сице простом, из подаренного ветром крепдешина. Танцевала в довородне осень вальс, бастон ответал туплый день, и хелый хрип саксофон. That was wrong, but pronunciation was wrong. But this is such a beautiful song. I love it so much. And Russian music, there's so much soul and heart in it. And I think back of the times when I was in Russia. I had 6 of the greatest months of my life there with very intense way of living. I can tell you that in all kinds of ways. Yeah, so Russia is very close. And the Russian book club, the post-Soviet book club is coming in a couple of months, friends. And I'm going to make a Google Doc and I will start it when I have edited all these videos tonight. This was the K&R book tag, and I hope that you like it. And I hope to see you again when I do the S to Z book tab, the S to Z book tag, and come back with another video on this channel. On Thursday, there will be something different. I just don't know what it is, but there will be something on Thursday. See you then, and have a great evening. Do zidania. Счастливо. Пока. Auf Wiedersehen.